All right, it's Sunday afternoon, back on the trail after trail days, and not very far in, I came across the Kefir oak, which is supposed to be the largest oak tree on the AT in the southern half of the AT, and it's estimated to be 300 years old. Let me get a better view of it maybe from this direction. It is ginormous. All right, I'm about 120 feet away from the tree, maybe a little further. So here's a little bit better footage just for scale, and so you can see it in its ginormity. So just to the left, there's a light post, or some type of electric post, I mean. The rain cleared up, skies opened up, and I'm perched upon a precarious rock, holding onto a tree limb. But hey, this view is worth it. I mean, except for those electrical lines, they kind of obstruct it a bit. This is interesting. Almost looks like someone tried to make a homemade pizza oven in the middle of the woods. Just for an idea of size, it's at least 7 or 8 feet probably. There have been several of these big rock piles along this ridge line. And this ridge walk is several miles of just, according to the map anyway, it looks like it's gonna be like this for a bit. It's pretty nice. Definitely happy to be back in the woods and on trail. One thing is kind of odd, you start feeling more at home here. It's like we went away for the weekend, went to trail days, party and all, and then it's like, oh, so good to be home. I'm really looking forward to, I mean, I've been in my tent at trail days, but it's gonna be nice to be back in my tent at home in the woods on the trail. So odd. It's like primitive pizza ovens. Except they're not hollow. They're not really oven-like at all. It's just giant cairns. These views are so amazing. They look just like a picture. I'm walking on one ridge, and pretty much every opening, this is my view. It's been an awesome, awesome evening so far. So just one thing I wanted to share with you all. I've been thinking a lot lately about my hike and how it's going and all, and I mean, overall it's been absolutely amazing. But one thing that I feel like I've kind of been missing, that I got to experience in my long section last year, was just the freedom of, you know, every day just stopping when I wanted to stop, or continuing to go beyond what I kind of estimated, depending how I felt, and just like that complete freedom. So Cheeseball, Roadrunner, and Fox and I have been together for about 450 miles since the end of the Smokies. And every day since then, we've planned our days together, we've camped together, we've pretty much just gone through and agreed on the schedule every day. And it's been amazing. And I still want to keep hiking with them. But I just want a little more freedom of knowing not knowing, where I'm going each day. If I've done 14 or 15 miles and there's an amazing campsite with a view, and I think, well, I want to stop, I just want to stop. Or if I'd planned to do 18 and it's early and I'm feeling good and I want to keep going, I want to keep going. So we talked a little bit about that this afternoon as we got back to the trail. And Roadrunner kind of wanted to do the same thing for a little bit. So this little stretch here, we may end up at the same spots, I'm not sure. I think today we probably all will, or most of us will end up at the same spot. But what we left the plan for this section was that we would just, instead of what shelter we were going to go to each day, and most of the days we were hiking together. So this time we decided we'll just meet in the next town. So we're gonna meet in Daleville. Either I'm wanting to make it on Wednesday night because I'm trying to find one of those long sleeve Columbia hiking shirts. I want to try out a long sleeve one. I need some other than this black shirt as the sun's been glaring. And as the bugs get worse, I want to try a long sleeve and see if that helps out at all to keep the bugs off my arms. So that's kind of the plan right now. And I don't know, I've probably gone 5.5 miles or so. I don't know if I said this earlier or not. The shuttle dropped us off at the trailhead at 3:30. It was raining, as you saw. But I'm still trying to do like 9.3 miles this evening between 3:30 and whenever I get there. Probably a little before dark. So that's my plan for now. So far, I'm doing fine on my pace to get there well before dark. So all is wonderful. I'm having a lot of fun. It's real peaceful, just kind of moseying on at my own pace and stopping when I want to stop, and looking at things or trucking along or whatever. All right, well, I better get to focusing on walking north if I'm going to get there before dark. Okay, I've had my camera away for about 30 seconds. And then I come up here. And this is actually the trail. Wowza. More rain. It kind of spoils the view in some ways, but in others it makes it beautiful. The trail for a while now has been nothing but like this top ridge rock. Some of it a little bit climbing, but the wetter it gets, I don't like it. It's slick. All right, I'll give you one more look. Gotta get down off this before any storms come. I think it's just a light rain. I looked at the radar. I get a pretty good signal up here. And I think once this passes here in the next hour or two, it should be cleared till tomorrow afternoon. That deer was standing right here at the Eastern Continental Divide. I just cannot get over these views. I've been descending for a while now, and this was just like a surprise opening through the trees here. I'm less than a half mile from the shelter, and probably 0.3 from the shelter. So I've done like 9.3, I think. And right at, I don't know, probably 4 hours or just under 4 hours. It's a good hour. I should get there right about an hour before sunset time. Usually that means an hour and a half or so before dark, but with the clouds it may be just over an hour before dark, but plenty of time. So let me just get there and get my tent set up before any more rain starts. Good morning. Okay. Sorry I didn't close out the video last night. By the time I got to that shelter, got my tent set up and hung it on a bear line and ate some food real quick, it was dark. Several people so all of our group showed up. We all still camped together last night. Several others showed up after dark even. So I'm not sure what was in the water yesterday, but there was a lot of latecomers. So it's 6, I walked out of camp a few minutes ago. It's about 20 till 7 right now. And I got big plans for today. I am only about 12 point something away from 700 miles. And then, right after that, I have the Dragon's Tooth, so we'll be starting the Virginia Triple Crowns this afternoon. And just depending on how I feel and how things go, I'm looking at my biggest day on trail this year so far. I'm looking to do around 24 miles, I think. So it's going to depend on how much of it's like rocky ledge walking and things like that, but because I know there's some. But anyway, I'll be sure to show you all the views, and we'll get some pictures at 700. And then I really don't know what to expect for Dragon's Tooth, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Okay, I took a side trail off the AT here for a moment. Look at this. I was walking along and just kind of like stumbled right up on these beautiful, huge flowers. And there's like trees of them back in there and there. Wow, these are the prettiest ones I've seen so far on trail. It's crazy that all these things are just like naturally growing out in the woods. I know these views all look similar, but my gosh, they take my breath away every time. I wish you all were here to actually see them. Because I know this camera does not do it justice. Wow. Do you see what I see down through the trees? I just saw something red and white. That looks like a cooler. I bet there's trail magic of some sort down there. All right, let's see. Is there something in there, or will I be disappointed? Wow, the color. Oh, I almost fell. The coloring is really cool on top of here. Oh! Disappointment. Oh well. Sometimes a cooler has something good, sometimes they're empty. It's a really pretty campsite. Okay, it's 12 noon. Been hiking about 5 hours and 20 minutes. I got 12 miles in before noon. Actually, I got exactly 12 in at exactly noon. I saw a little snake back there in the trail, and I was zooming in as I was watching it, and I thought I was recording, and then I realized it never hit record, I guess, because there was no footage there. But guess where I'm at right now? I'm not sure if you can see what that is, but I just hiked 700 miles on the AT. So I had a good lunch, but since lunch, a lot of the trails have been like this. Excuse me. It's more like bouldering than it is hiking, but anyway, less than a half mile from Dragon's Tooth. The wind has really picked up. There's some darker clouds, but it's not looking too bad. It's going between dark in some spots and sunny in others. So hopefully I can get to the Dragon's Tooth before it's any kind of storms, because I definitely don't want to be around what I think it's going to be with lightning. I'm on another side trail for the day. It's only 0.1 off the AT, but I'm heading to Dragon's Tooth. Let's go check this out. What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Living the dream. So I'm not sure why. Dragon's Tooth is cool, but for some reason I was just a little bit underwhelmed with it. However, this is the start of my way back down this descent. So there were some comments in Guthook about it being somewhat treacherous, so we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine if I go slow. Probably be even finer if I wasn't trying to record as I was climbing down. It just came from up there. You're down here, and check this out. They even have stainless steel stairs built into the side of the rock. And then this is the rest of the way down. I'm gonna level the camera up, just to give you an idea of the... All right, this is the trail, this ledge. And you can see probably right there, there's a blaze, and down there, there's a blaze. So we're gonna just keep walking along this ledge and slowly keep working ourselves lower. Okay, got down that one. Now I'm gonna tilt this camera down at my shoes so you can see that straight down off to my right. Trust me, Mom, this isn't as treacherous as it looks. I don't... Big lizard. And he... Wow, these rhododendrons are bloomed. This whole hillside is nothing but big, beautiful flowers. I don't know if a day of this much rocks and ups and downs was very conducive for trying to pick a 24-mile day today, but I think we're gonna make it happen. But in the meantime, these flowers, I just can't stop taking pictures. Like, it's entire hillsides, nothing but huge rhododendron blooms. And these things are big. They're like way bigger than my fist, each one. Like for comparison. It's crazy how pretty this is. That's like a dream little farmhouse down there. I'm taking way too much footage today. Hopefully this video is not too long. This is the trail. Out on this narrow ridge, rocky ridge line. Beautiful gray rat snake. The trail's going out through some cow pastures again. We never did, knock on wood, we never got the afternoon storms that they were potentially calling for, so I think we're clear now until Wednesday on rain. Man, look at that, bright green grass, blue skies, picture perfect. All right, it's 6:25 p.m. I'm almost to a parking lot, but then I have to go past the parking lot. We're going to the first shelter. There's two shelters up here right before McAfee Knob. They're only a mile apart. Roadrunner's at the first one already. She said that no one else is there. So I'm heading there, only a mile away. I've hiked 22.6, I think, so far today. About 10 minutes ago on a group text, the other girls are all, I think, 8 miles behind us still, but they plan to come to where we're at. So they're going to be coming in late. But the good news is this sets us up for sunrise on McAfee Knob tomorrow morning. So the shelter is 2.9 from McAfee Knob. So we'll get up in time to be up there well before sunrise. Probably thinking, I'll need to look at the times a little bit closer, but rough estimate, I'm thinking we'll be walking by 4:30 a.m. probably to make sure that we're there in plenty of time. So it's been a really good day. I've seen 3 deer, 2 snakes, and a lizard, and still got a mile to go. I am ready for dinner. Good night, everybody.
It's been a long day. Biggest down trail yet. Got almost 24 miles. And got to get up at 3 a.m. to sunrise on McAfee Knob. Stay tuned next time to see McAfee Knob. Have a good night.